Hello and welcome back to Millie's channel. What do we usually say? Welcome if you are new. I can't remember the intro. Something about if you're not new, welcome if you are new. Welcome, just welcome to everybody. From me and this little wiggly girl, I think she wants some food. There you go, good girl. Right, I've got lots to talk to you about today. As you can see, I'm in the process of getting myself ready for the day. I've washed my hair and I've just been putting a little bit of shimmery stuff on my face just to feel like a little more do. I'm just about to do the rest of my makeup, so I thought we could do it together whilst I chat you through some moving and house updates. It sounds like someone is doing their hedges, so I apologise for any background noise. I'm also cleaning my engagement ring. Someone told me that fairy liquid is one of the best things. I do have one of those diamond Dazzler sticks, which I usually use because it's just easier and quicker and it does a really good job, but I don't know where I've put it, which is my life at the moment because everything is going into boxes and I don't know where everything is. But someone told me a bit of fairy liquid and an old toothbrush, and you just give her a little shine up. There we go, good as new, and then give it a little rinse. Someone will inevitably now tell me that that like makes the stones loose or something. If you watched my last vlog, you'll know that we have been in the house hunting process and we found a house that we loved unexpectedly. We weren't even meant to view it, but it was just serendipitous. Stories in the last vlog if you haven't watched that one, and we offered and the offer was accepted and everything was going forward. I think I left off in my last one that we were having the survey done, and then I went into hospital and had my operation, and things have not been like super smooth sailing since that happened. I feel as though I just got back on my feet after the operation, and then I had an awful endometriosis flare up. So everything was going ahead with the house. We got some bad news and then some good news, which is always the way with these things, isn't it? By the way, I love this cream blush from a brand called IU. It's a cream one in blushed pink. I got sent it the other day and I really like it with this little stippling, what would you call this? Buffing brush, just to add like a little healthy flush. I feel like it looks really natural on my skin tone. So things haven't been smooth sailing. However, we did the survey. Now there is the bin lorry reversing. Sorry, all the background noise in this vlog. So had the survey done, got it back. It looked okay to us, but obviously we're not experts. And I have a friend who used to be a surveyor and now she's an architect. So I sent it over to her and I read her email late at night. I should not have done that. She texted me during the day being like, by the way, I've pinged you over some notes on your survey. And I was like, great, thank you so much. Obviously really grateful, had a busy day, sat down in the evening and was like, right, I'm gonna read this email. And I was up all night long, tossing and turning and fretting because she quoted almost 6 figures just to get the house livable. So not even any kind of decoration or like fun renovation stuff, just purely getting it to a safe, livable state. And I was like, wow, okay, not what we wanted to hear. And we were shocked, like my jaw was on the floor from what I'd originally read in the survey. But we did our due diligence. I always get tongue-tied on that one, due diligence, and we had all of the relevant people go, like the damp specialists and the electricians and all that jazz. Like they have been and thoroughly checked it out and it's not that bad. It is going to be fine for us to move into. We do need to do some work, but it's an old property. We kind of knew that from the outset anyway, so we don't have 6 figures worth of work to do, which is obviously music to my ears, and we are so happy. So things are going ahead. We should be completing next week, which is wild. So obviously now I'm in the process of moving everything in the cottage. It is a job in itself, like it's a little house. However, I've been here for 4.5 years and stuff just really accumulates. Hopefully you guys don't mind being my packing buddy. Also this week I got the biggest spot on my lip. It's kind of faded and gone now. Why are they just the most painful thing in the entire world? It was like right on the border of my lip line. This is also my new favourite lip liner. It's Cappuccino from Rimmel, which I had never used before somehow, and it is just a really gorgeous kind of cool toned nude brown. And then I'm just topping it with the Glossier lip oil. Today I need to do some filming, hence why I'm getting ready. Sorry I'm not looking at you. I'm using the viewfinder as a mirror, even though I've got a mirror in front of me, so I'm not sure why I'm doing that. I need to do some filming, and I also want to tackle the drawers underneath my bed because I'm selling my bed, which I'm kind of sad about because I really, really love that bed. However, my fiance and I are both tall people, and I always joke that, you know, those podcasts or like little audio bite therapist snippets that sometimes pop up on social media that are like, take up your space in the world, take up space. I always joke that Millie must have been listening to those because she literally takes up like 70% of the bed. And again, like I said, we're both tall people. I've got a king size bed, but he's got a super king. So we're gonna take his bed and I'm gonna pop mine on Facebook Marketplace, which has been an absolute revelation for me. So I've popped a few pieces of furniture on there, expecting them to kind of sit for a while, and they have all sold literally within 20 minutes to half an hour. Like everything has been snapped up. I guess that's because I'm just putting stuff up that's in good condition. I guess, I don't really know, but I'm gonna pop my bed up. I photographed it yesterday. I'll show you the bits that have already gone, and it truly feels so real when a piece of furniture that you've had in your house for years is suddenly gone, like someone's come to collect it and it's gone and there's just an empty space where it used to be. That for me is the part of the moving process where I'm like, oh, okay, this is real. There we go, I think that'll do, just kind of like an easy pinky makeup for the day. Look, like French toast with berries, and then it has cups of tea, and I don't think I've ever had a pair of pyjamas before that have cups of tea on them. I've definitely had pyjamas with coffee mugs, but you know, I love my tea as well. It's been like a staple on my channel for 10 years where I've had my cup of tea. So these are just the comfiest pyjamas, although I do really need to get up. And then speaking of pyjamas, I mean, they're not really pyjamas, but I've bought these. Don't get excited, it's not for me. It's not baby stuff for me, it's a gift. But I bought this little set from Next, and it's a little kind of vanilla coloured long sleeve top, and then these little leggings with buttons on them. And it's the leggings that get me. Not much makes me broody actually, but these, I opened them and had like tears in my eyes because they're so cute, and my fiance was like, oh, broody Trudy. Very sweet. I need to wrap those up for Christmas. And also how exciting, because in my last video, that's just hit me, in my last video I was saying like, oh gosh, I don't know where we're going to be for Christmas. Obviously we didn't know if we were going to get the survey back, and it really was going to be like the worst case scenario, we can't live there and we're going to have to start from scratch with the house hunt. And now it's like we genuinely, with all fingers crossed, we'll be in next week. So we're going to be in like a month before Christmas. It's just, this is so exciting. Obviously it's bittersweet, and I feel as though we probably need to have some chats about leaving this cottage and kind of what that means, and closing the whole chapter of living in this house that I've loved so much. We'll get there. I'm sure it'll be emotional. We will get to it. For now, I'm going to get us away from this hedge trimming noise and get dressed. I've been rewatching Gilmore Girls right from the very beginning. I started it when I just had my surgery because I was like, I need something really cozy to watch. And I found Gilmore Girls and I was like, gosh, I haven't watched this all the way through from the beginning since I was a teenager. And now I just hear the la la la's in my head. Like everything I do, I'm just la 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 la. I'm just about to pop out. I'm going to take my coffee mug because in true Gilmore Girls style, I want to get my free Waitrose coffee. They've just added a flat white to the free coffee machine, which excites me greatly, so I'm going to go and get that. I need to do a food shop because I stupidly didn't order a recipe box. I usually do like a HelloFresh or a Gusto, one of those guys, and I paused my subscription a while ago when we went on holiday and when I was in hospital, and I haven't restarted it. So I don't have any food. I need to do a food shop, I need to go to the post office, and I need to go to the pharmacy because I've run out of a medication. So just a couple of little like errandy things to do, and then I'll be back and we'll crack on with packing. Guys, I just got home. It is so cold out there. I feel as though I've got a little red nose. Look at all the boxes in the background. I don't think I've showed you the packing as of yet, but those are some of Millie's bits, and I've just been gradually packing up. And under the stairs, oh bless you, under the stairs, Millie, just caught her in action, scratching the sofa. I feel like I'm saying goodbye to everybody. Went in the post office and the guy was like, your neighbour tells me you're moving, because it's quite close-knit around here. He was like, your neighbour tells me you're moving, when are you going? Then I popped into the laundrette because I was like, I must say goodbye to Julie, who's the lady who works in there. She wasn't actually in, so I have to go back tomorrow. Then in the pharmacy, I was saying goodbye to them because we're literally going next week. And then in Waitrose, the security guard, who I talk to literally every single day, was saying goodbye. And then the postman, I've just bumped into him and walked all the way down the road, and I said, if you want me to leave you alone, like, tell me. And he was like, no, I have no co-workers, so it's actually really lovely to have someone to chat to. And I was saying with my job, obviously I have you guys to talk to when I'm vlogging, but it's mostly just me and Millie here during the day. So I was explaining like, oh, you know, my work is like that as well, so it's nice to just have a little convo with somebody, and was telling him that we're moving next week, and he said, I hope you get a nice postman. I've been going around the village saying my goodbyes to everybody. It's kind of sad. I feel like I've been napping, but I haven't. I've been working upstairs, and I only realised what the time was because Millie started pouring at my leg. Oh, your roll's in the dishwasher, baby. She started pouring at my leg, and I was like, oh my goodness, yes, it's your dinner time. It is almost, what is the time? It's 5:45. Usually feed her at 6, but she can have it a little bit early tonight. She's so excited for her dinner. So I have just been making a new media kit. This is like classic distraction because I was I was writing an email. There you go, baby. Writing an email, and I was like, do you know what? My media kit is so outdated. I really need to update it. And 3 hours later, it's finished. If anyone is also a content creator of any kind or works basically in any job that requires visuals for advertising and the like, Canva Pro is so handy. It took me a while because I'm a bit of a perfectionist with it, but that website makes it so easy. It sounds like an ad. This isn't an ad, I've just had it for years, and I use it for thumbnails and things like that for YouTube. And I just used it for my media kit, and it was the easiest thing in the world to like put it together. I feel like I should have been packing. Oh no, it was on my list of things to do today to clear the drawers under the bed. It's only 6 PM. I've got time. It's not bedtime yet. There are leggings on under this dressing gown, which means the day's not over yet. If anybody else, ignore my laundry hanging up, if anybody else is considering watching Gilmore Girls from the beginning again, I can wholeheartedly say it's an amazing decision. But this is my little grocery haul from earlier. I finally got my pearl barley. I just got some veggies, some pumpkin seeds, some butter beans. I've just got my prescription, and just a little life hack. Lidl toothpaste is so much cheaper than like anywhere else. Have you enjoyed your dinner? Millie. Okay, maybe some lamps for the new house would be a good option because I'm all about that soft lighting, but this cottage is clearly too soft because you can't even see the baby. But it looks like she enjoyed her dinner. Oh my goodness, again with the riveting content, like oi with the poodles already. But I've just found a completely squishy onion. I just picked it up, went to cut this for dinner, and it's completely squishy, like a marshmallow. I don't believe it. I really did not think I had to like squeeze my onions in the supermarkets. I do it with avocados, didn't know how to do it with onions. I have just given the other two in the pack a little squeeze, and they are solid as an onion should be. This one is literally disintegrating. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off because this is like another level of dull.
Let's not put all the blankets away just yet.
Really? It's going to be la la la's. You know what I was saying earlier about Gilmore Girls la la la's? That's what I mean. I'm making this kind of like spicy, oniony, garlicky, chili-ish cabbage. This is one of those, Millie. You've had your dinner. Muse. One of those really mismatched dinners that just ends up actually being really yummy. Hi, it's the next day now and I've got my trusty tool out because somebody bought the bed on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm in the process of emptying all the drawers. It has 4 drawers that go underneath. Oh my gosh, look at this dust. So I've got this tiny little handheld Hoover that I just got from Amazon and it works so well. You'll be pleased to hear that I've emptied it. And that's 1 drawer completely done. 1 drawer down, 3 to go. And these are so handy with the wheels on the bottom. It just provides like such good storage. This has been a really beautiful bed. I'm so glad that someone else is going to enjoy it. Okay, it's officially happened. The first bit of moving overwhelm has hit. But we're okay. I've done a little 15-minute guided meditation. We're doing better. I have been a busy gal. All the drawers under the bed, I finished early and I brought these 2 downstairs. Millie's like sniffing around because Pets at Home sent her very kindly, we've worked with them a few times this year, and they very kindly sent over this huge, it looked like a house. It was like a huge box full of food and toys for Millie, which is so sweet. And that's just ready to go in the recycling. Also, just a little side note, I asked my higher power to show me butterflies. It's a significant thing, it's a long story, but it means something to me. And I've been asking for signs of butterflies, and I cannot tell you how many butterflies I have seen everywhere. It's actually amazing. And I know there's an argument, hi baby, I know there is a point to be made of like, well, it's because you're looking for them that you're seeing them more often, but hey, I believe it and it makes me feel better. But I've been doing lots of boxes of books. Sorry, you can tell I'm tired, I don't know what I'm saying. We've done a lot in the kitchen. There's a Christmas box, which is very exciting. I've just been sorting out the bins, glamorous. Millie literally just watches everything, bless her. But how satisfying is this? So we have been boxing everything up so that we can still live our lives and cook, etc. But then when moving day comes, which we now know when it is, don't we? We do. That we can just pull, you know, the box out and then we're good to go. Now is a good time to update you as well that we do have our move-in day. It is next Friday, which is a week today, and we're practically there with the sale. The only reason it isn't 100% ticked off is because the seller's solicitors don't work on a Friday, and today's a Friday, hence next Friday being a week today that we move. So that's literally it. And my fiance called me earlier and he was like, I'd love to take you for dinner and celebrate like being homeowners together. And I was like, well, it isn't officially gone through, but we've been assured on both sides from everybody, from our solicitors, the estate agents, everybody, that there's like nothing that can really, well, I don't want to say nothing, but there's very little that could go wrong at this stage. It's pretty much over the line. So we've asked for confirmation from them that we'll have it like completely 100% done first thing Monday morning, and they've agreed. So this weekend is going to be crunch time. We've booked the removal van, it's coming tomorrow morning. So that's going to be a really helpful one because I feel like we can then start to actually move stuff out of the house and it'll then start to feel real. And someone's coming to pick up the bed at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And I think once that huge bed is gone from the main bedroom, oh, I can't wait to hoover it. That's going to be really satisfying to be able to hoover that whole space. Gosh, I look tired. I'm very much like hair in a bun, get shit done today. And I just had my minute of overwhelm. I think because I don't have much energy. Like I've done a lot, but I know I'm pushing myself, and my body, even holding the camera up, my arm is screaming. And I think when you're chronically ill, you just have these moments of like, how in the world am I going to do this? But something I've learned through sobriety is that worrying just will not change the outcome, and I have to just look after myself and let other people help. So do you know what? I think I've done enough for the day. Part of me wants to keep going because I'm on a roll, but another part of me is like, you've done probably too much for my level. What's the word? I've like hit my capacity. So I'm gonna have a lovely cup of tea and probably some of this. If you guys haven't had Cadbury dark milk before, it's my favourite chocolate, well, one of my favourite chocolates. If you find normal dairy milk a little bit powdery and you want something smoother, this is so creamy and so good. So I'm gonna have this with a cup of tea, and then I'm gonna do that annoying thing when my fiance gets home from a busy day of work and I'm like, look at everything I've done. But he will be very proud of me because we've done great progress today, so I am really proud of myself. I am so ready to have a shower. Does anyone think, like when they have a shower in the evening, it just signals the end of the day? I've just cooked some dinner for us, although my fiance still really wants to go out for dinner. So I am up for that because I was like, well, it's not officially done yet, and he was like, yeah, but we're going to be so busy with the move. Tonight might be our only night, obviously because the van's coming tomorrow morning. Tonight might be our only night to sort of chill and just go for dinner and celebrate and have a little cheers. So I'm not sure what's happening. I've made some food anyway, but it's the kind of thing that I will like give him for lunch to take to work, and I can have it for just at home lunches as well. It's lots of veggies, and then I'm going to put in some creamy herby stock, so it's just like a butter bean and leek stew, which is really yummy. I'm watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which is so dramatic, and this is the reason why I turned the camera on, because I was just doing the bins, and this is the last bin bag. Does anyone else think that's poignant, or am I just reading into things too much? But I was like, how funny. You know, this will be the last one whilst I'm in this house, and it's the last one in the roll. If you're not moved by that, I don't know what you will be. So I'm just about to clear my bedside table so that the people can come and dismantle the bed, and I had a moment where I was like, this is the most girl thing ever, to have every product imaginable with your sleep spray and your multitude of lip balms. That's my engagement ring box, a claw clip on a TikTok shop lamp, an empty water glass, a water bottle. I've got a fiction book, a non-fiction book, a journal, a pen. It's just truly giving girl, but all of this needs to go in a box. Guys, this is very much like the end of an era. So if you have been here for a while and you used to watch my videos when I lived at home with my parents in Norfolk, these exact fairy lights are the ones that I used to have in the background, like hanging around the bed, because were you a YouTuber in like 2015 if you didn't have fairy lights in your background? But they haven't worked for years, and I haven't been able to bring myself to get rid of them, but I think it might be finally time. End of an era.
I suppose I have to collect the keys
Off the neighbours.
Off the neighbours.
Everyone's got one. Do you know what feels funny? Having the big painting down from the top of the stairs. It's a key piece. Hey, look at this. Hey, you didn't talk in the last one. In the house tour, you just did nods. You guys know how much I love to write a card, a little Meg Mail if you will. So I've got out some of my thank you cards, and I've written thank yous for my neighbours, because I truly have hit the neighbour jackpot, and it's really nice to like put pen to paper and just write. And I tried to think of like specific examples of times when they've been really kind and like things I'll never forget. So that's been like a nice little warm and fuzzy thing to do this morning. Such a classic case of procrastination when there's so much actual packing to do. And I sat and put together my new jewellery box, because I had so many little trinket dishes just dotted around full of rings and earrings and bracelets and necklaces, and I bought this literally for under £10, and I just think it looks so lovely. It's got this little bit which I've put bracelets and necklaces in, it's got the little stud earrings part there, and then this lifts up as well, and then there's extra room for like bigger pieces of jewellery underneath. Do you actually want to go out? My gosh, look out on here as well. The furniture has gone. The patio furniture. That to me really does signal the end of an era. The fact that the patio stuff is gone. I might as well keep this, because if we decide to have a king bed as the guest, then obviously that will come in very handy. And then look at this. It's pretty much sorted. These are all kind of like fancier, more evening type dresses and nice coats and jackets and stuff like that. So those are all in bags. And then this has been emptied, and it was on the floor as things are during a move. and she's just decided that she loves it, so now I can't move it because she actually sleeps on it. Happy Sunday. We have our first broken nail of the move. Are you even moving house if you don't get a broken nail somewhere along the way? But I've had a nice morning so far. I woke up yesterday, and if you watch my Instagram stories, you'll probably know, and I think I mentioned at the start of this vlog, that I had the operation, then had a really bad endo flare-up and got a truly rotten cold. It was such a bad cold that I did a COVID test because I was like, this just doesn't feel normal. Like, I feel so unwell. It didn't feel like a regular cold to me, but it instantly came up negative, so it was just a stinker of a cold. I got over that, was feeling like better, or like better for a chronically ill person, like at my baseline. Spoonies will know what I mean. And then yesterday morning I woke up with the cold like fully back. It just got a second wind, it came back. I was feeling so poorly yesterday, but yesterday was like our biggest push. I don't think I vlogged that much just because it was go, go, go. And I've just been doing all the right things, like all the hot honey, lemon and ginger. I've been taking my supplements, been drinking so much water, trying to stay warm, which wasn't easy because the front door was open all day yesterday, so the house was cold downstairs. And then we had the loft hatch open upstairs, so both levels were cold. It probably allowed the cold to flourish. So my partner and I just ordered Domino's last night. We were so hungry, so tired, so we were like, let's just have Domino's in bed, which I have to say really did do the trick. My pizza was so good. Got the veggie volcano minus the tomatoes because I'm not a psychopath to have like fresh tomatoes on a pizza. No, absolutely not. So minus the tomatoes, add extra jalapenos and sweet corn. Such a good veggie pizza. It was really, really delicious. Also, side note for the Domino's, I've switched to like the Italian base, which is like thinner and crispier, and I much prefer it. I don't get so weighed down by like the amount of dough on the crusts. So if anyone's looking for a little pizza tip, that was lovely. And I feel like it's a bit of a rite of passage to have kind of takeaway or Domino's or something when you're moving. So that was actually just what the doctor ordered. I made him watch 2 episodes of Gilmore Girls. He's never seen it before. I don't know if he was that into it, but he enjoyed it. He didn't say anything. So Millie and I have just been pottering this morning, and I'm off to something really lovely now. So my neighbours have organised an afternoon tea to say goodbye, which is really, really sweet. So I'm literally just heading over there now. Oh, fiance's on the phone. Hello?
Hey baby, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? I'm gonna warn you, I'm literally off to the neighbours. I've got to be there at 2, and I was gonna literally go in like 2 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I am not far from yours. So
Oh.
I'm driving back out from Twickenham, so should I come?
Oh my gosh, yeah, 100% come. Oh my gosh, yeah, that is such good news. So he didn't think he was going to be able to come to the little neighbour cake and tea gathering farewell party, and he's just called, and he wrapped up work sooner than he thought, and he's going to come. So I'm over the moon. The ladies will be really happy. They expressed so much sadness when I said he wasn't coming. I think his moustache just holds some sort of power over all of us, because everybody was like, really, he can't come? Hopefully we'll get to see him before you go. And I'm like, relax ladies, he's on his way. So that's really nice, that we can all have a little get together. And truly, the neighbours at the new place, not to put any pressure on it, they've got big shoes to fill. My neighbours here, I've been so lucky. And I had the loveliest conversation with one of their mums the other day. I bumped into one of their mums and I was saying, you know, she was like, oh, I hear you're moving, we're really sad to see you go. And I was like, I know, it's such the end of an era, and it's like the closing of this chapter, the starting of a new one. And I was saying, everyone has been so lovely, I've been so lucky. And she was like, Meg, they're only that lovely to you because you've been nice. And I'm like, it just has been such a lovely, like, reciprocal friendship between all of us, and we've had some really special times together, and they've made my time at this cottage just a really beautiful thing. And you know, through some life stuff like a big breakup and the rehab and the sobriety and everything, they've truly all become, like, I feel like they took a step from friends to family. Not gonna cry, I'm gonna go because I do actually have to be there, and I'm gonna go in my slippers because it's next door. And like I said, it's a family vibe. So the plan today is just to take a couple of hours off from the packing, have a lovely time with the neighbours. I'm really pleased that he can come and join as well. The sun's shining. I feel a bit better from my cold. I've had some Sudafed, mucus relief, rock and roll life. I'm sure I'll check in with you again soon.